Funding provided by Fareway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fareway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fareway.com. And by
Musco Lighting is honored to support Iowa PBS. We're an Iowa company that lights local schools, community fields, and stadiums, arenas, and venues in more than 125 countries. While our reach is global, our commitment is local.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.
A day that started at 10 a.m. from Coralville, Iowa Extreme Arena with the 5A match. It ends now with the 1A match and that trophy being handed out to one of the final 2 schools standing. One match remains in the 2025 Iowa high school season. Janesville, the Wildcats, 33-11 overall. St. Ansgar Saints, the #1 seed at 30-4. Beth, 2 teams that have over 30 wins. This is going to be a wild one.
Talented squads, but this is a rematch of a regular season match where the Saints won way back in September, but now it's November, and tonight is the ultimate test for a state title.
Let's introduce you to both of these teams. Janesville, they've been here before, actually 14 times before. They're looking for their 6th state title, and they have a couple of players that are doing remarkable as a junior, and Pollock, one of the top setters, but a freshman.
Freshman Quinn Sweeney leads the team in kills and blocks. She plays on the right side. She's going to be tough to defend.
And how about St. Ansgar? They've had the target on their back all year. 7th trip to state, 3rd in a row. Senior Lindsey Drews, just multiple school records for St. Ansgar, and they have an amazing setter.
Sophia Parrott, the setter, senior, one of the best setters in Class 1A. She averages over 8.6 assists. She's going to dish it out to her team, distribute the ball, see if she can lead them to a title.
Tim Fitzpatrick, the PA announcer, we're ready for you.
Welcome the fans to the floor. Janesville fans, give it up for your Wildcats. St. Ansgar, let's hear it for your Saints! It's now time to introduce our players and coaches for tonight's 1A championship matchup. Tonight's starting lineups presented by Hy-Vee. First of all, for the Janesville Wildcats, here's your non-starters. Number 2, Caitlin Podasky. Number 5, Danica Brinkman. Number 9, Maya Zwanziger. Number 11, Chanley Conan. Number 13, Elliot Reed. Number 15, Molly Cheeseman. And number 17, Haley Batten. Your assistant coaches, Dana Powers, Katie Sweeney, Todd Bengen, and Lily Hoppel. And now, here's your starting lineup for the Wildcats of Janesville. A 5'7" junior number 1, Honor Hovinga. A 5'4" junior number 7, Taya Pollock. 5'8" junior number 12, Hayden Anderson. 5'8" senior number 14, Kiki Smith. 5'10" sophomore number 19, Lauren Meany. And a 6'4" freshman number 20, Quinn Sweeney. Your libero is a 5'4" junior number 3, Gracie Blaze. Head coach for the Wildcats, Shelley Sorensen. And now let's meet the players and coaches from St. Ansgar. Here are the Saints. Number 1, Lexi Jewell. Number 4, Andrea Paulson. Number 7, Kylie McNutt. Number 9, Sophia Hughesman. Number 12, Andy Baker. And number 19, Alexis Frine. Your assistant coaches, Courtney Jorgensen, Logan Zipsy, Keely Schweezaw, Katie Brinkman, and Kennedy Schweezaw. Now here's your starting lineup for the Saints of St. Ansgar. 5'8" senior number 3, Ava Falk. 5' senior number 5, Macy Meyer. A 6'1" senior number 6, Lindsay Cruzy. A 5'11" senior number 8, JC Johnson. A 5'8" junior number 16, Quinn Osgood. And a 5'8" senior number 22, Sophia Parrott. Your libero is a 5'3" senior number 23, McKenna Norby. Head coach for the Saints, Stephanie Beaver. And now, fans, let me introduce to you the officials for this 1A championship as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Your first referee, Kyle Steffens. Your second referee, Randy Clark. Your line judges, Kim Paddock and Chris Armstrong. All right, who's ready to win a state championship?
All right, before we serve things up, let's look at the keys to the match. Beth, what do you have?
For Janesville to win tonight, they're looking for their front line to be active with a strong net presence and terminating kills. And ultimately, they're going to need a full team effort to finish with a state championship trophy.
How about St. Ansgar, the #1 ranked team?
The Saints are looking to start on the attack and set the tone early with tough serving and relentless defense. And finally, St. Ansgar needs to continue their winning momentum by executing their game plan with energy and excitement.
Well, I feel energy now. I feel the excitement. Nobody does it better than the Iowa girls, as the state of Iowa really puts the state championships, the Union, on a huge platform. making these championships so special, as it takes so much effort and energy to get to this spot. And you're reading the body language. This is a huge, huge deal, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
The music, the lights, the fire as they ran in. It's always the fire. The great crowd staying later than they anticipated, but they are ready for this 1A championship match.
Yeah, we're about 40 minutes behind schedule due to the fact we have had some exciting volleyball that started at 10 o'clock this morning with the 5A match, and in a blink of an eye, St. Ansgar gets on the board first, dialing up a quick kill. Good pass, nice set, and the point. Serving for St. Ansgar, this is Ava Falk, the 5'8" senior outside hitter. Janesville in the black and gold, St. Ansgar in the red and white. Class 1A championship trophy here in 2025 on the line. Smart decision to place that ball there. Even smarter decision to let it go by and sail out of bounds.
Multiple attempts from Cruzy in the middle for the Saints. A quick one, then more of a 31 set. Just long. Great defense from Janesville.
A service error. And I have a feeling we might see some of that here in the early stages. This is an arena, a stage with so much on the line that a lot of these student athletes have never been accustomed to. Get those jitters out. Big block. The set was there for Quinn Sweeney, but the block was waiting for her.
Sweeney in the middle. She's a talented attacker, but you're right. The Saints know she's their kills leader. They're going to be keen in on her, making sure they get up a block. And we'll see how these teams adjust with the strategy, move their hitters around, try to get them good looks.
Teams trying to settle in here. Serve, receive, tempo, and communication. Molly Cheeseman, the junior DS. And St. Ansgar looking pretty strong on the offensive end of things as they lead it 4-2 here in the first.
Well, we talked about their setter, Parrott, number 22. She has great hands, good vision, and so they're going to run some faster sets. They're going to move their attackers around. Fun to see when you have an offense that can be flexible like that.
Stuck with it. Ball hangs on the top of the net. It's like the game of Plinko and The Price is Right. Where's it going to drop? Trying to guess where it rolls down. And Janesville takes advantage. They pull within one. And now the serve for Hayden Anderson, the junior outside hitter. Number one on the team in aces with 44 coming into this match. It's a big, powerful swing. Sailed it right over to the corner. Nobody was there defensively.
Sweeney turning back to her left. Seemed to be a one-on-one block, so she's got her angles as options. Paints that sideline for a kill.
Really good serve. Free ball over the net to the Wildcats. Quick set, push to the back, a little too hard. It goes deep and out of bounds. Unable, the Wildcats, to take advantage of that free ball. They're really trying to go with a quick tempo. Nice pass. Beautiful up. But unfortunately, running out of room. Hot pursuit by Sophia Parrott, the setter, trying to make the pass as good as possible to make the setter's job as easy as possible. And you can see serve receive a bit of an issue right now.
Good push to the outside there as a setter, getting it all the way to the pin, so your outside has options to attack. Hovenga able to put it away for the Wildcats.
Gracie Blaze serving darts right now, the junior libero for Janesville. this rally. St. Ansgar. And no return in that one. A quick little set, a good swing, and a powerful kill.
We saw a few tips throughout the rally. The defense able to pick them up right behind the block. But ultimately, the power swing out of the middle to put it away.
That's Lauren Meany, one of the underclassmen, making an impact here. The 5'10" sophomore middle hitter. They had 155 kills heading into the tournament. St. Ansgar making sure Janesville not going on a run. A quick side out. And the serve by Johnston. Service error. Subbing into the lineup, it's Kiki Smith, the senior right side hitter. And Taya Pollock, the junior setter, to serve. Ooh. Pushing it right off the block. Kiki Smith heads up play.
Great dig, just in the right place at the right time. It just kind of rebounds off of the libero, Blaze. And then Smith, the lefty, able to put it away.
Our first timeout called. St. Ansgar uses the first of 2 timeouts, trailing by 3 here in the Class 1A championship match. Let's take a look at a graphic here of upcoming sports that you can only find right here on Iowa PBS. The crew heads to the Unidome in Cedar Falls November 20th and 21st for the championships of Iowa high school football. Girls state wrestling February 6th. Boys wrestling February 21st. Girls basketball March 6th and 7th from the Well. And boys basketball March 13th. That's all happening in a couple of months. I mean, get that Christmas tree up. Time's flying by. Here's a look. That's a live shot of what's happening right now just behind the court here in Extreme Arena as celebrating. They see themselves on the big screen, the video board as well. A beautiful venue as they roll out. You know how they say the red carpet? They roll out the pink carpet.
Absolutely.
For this championship.
The pink carpet, the winner's circle, all of the amenities for the state championships here in Iowa for volleyball.
A side out immediately after a timeout. And we have a sub in. This is Macy Meyer. The block was there for Janesville. And 2 contacts are in the net is the violation against St. Ansgar. Looking on, that's the coaching staff. And she's been there a long time. That's Shelly Sorensen. She's coached 39 years, 35 of them at Janesville. I mean, how old are these girls? She's been doing it for 2-3 times their age, you know? And what she has done, building that program at Janesville, 845 victories, taking them to state. They had a 4-peat back in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. Just a perennial power.
14th overall school appearance, all under Coach Sorensen in those 35 years. Such great tradition at Janesville, year after year, a quality program. And she provides great leadership, surrounds herself with a good staff, and teaches so much to these student athletes.
Coaches as well that work hard.
It's incredibly important.
The student athletes leave. New ones come in, but the foundation's there. And St. Ansgar, we'll talk about their coaching staff, is Stephanie Bieber, only in her 2nd season, but it's the 7th time. There's a look at Stephanie Bieber. Here in the last play here as St. Ansgar has pulled within 1. Getting some stellar play by St. Ansgar's back row here in the last couple of minutes here. So Stephanie Beaver, only her second season coaching ever. She has 57 wins, only 11 losses. Both seasons coaching are both at St. Ansgar. So she only has 37 less years of head coaching experience. Janesville celebrates that powerful play. Looking up is Maya Zwanziger, the sophomore outside hitter. And that's a service ace.
Big celebration from the Janesville side on that ace. They're bringing the energy.
All right, here's a timeout called by St. Ansgar, and here's a look at the Players Lounge. This is fun. It's a staple at many Iowa girls team tournaments. It's a place for teams to relax, to hang out prior to and following their competition. They have fun here. They play games. They watch the matches. They're watching our broadcast now, and it happens right next to the arena here, the court here in Extreme Arena. A lot of amenities for these student athletes. Well, it's 14-10. Janesville leads just by 4 as the student sections all decked out trying to cheer on their schools to a state championship here. But you can tell St. Ansgar, they're trying to stop this early with these early timeouts.
Get a good pass, side out, and then go on a little bit of a run for yourself, right? Put together some points, build back momentum. That was a high set. As an outside, when you get those sky balls, you gotta wait, you gotta time it. It's a little challenging when it's so high in the air.
I love that, a sky ball. 15-10, St. Ansgar in red. In the black and gold are the Janesville Wildcats. St. Ansgar, third straight trip to state. They're on a 21-match winning streak. When did the last time St. Ansgar lost? September 13th. A long time ago, as that was against Humboldt.
State finalist in 3A, Humboldt.
Yeah, exactly.
Tough competition to prepare you throughout the regular season with the ultimate goal of qualifying for state and getting to the championship like they have.
Well, you talk about tough competition. Janesville's record isn't the most attractive at 33-11 as head coach Shelly Sorensen there. Well, all their losses are to bigger schools. And, you know, you talk about teams 3A, 4A, 2A schools really battle-tested for this moment.
Janesville played Waukee Northwest, who's the 5A champion, who if you watch that 5A title match, they played so well. Congrats to Waukee Northwest, but that's the type of high-level competition that Janesville has on their schedule throughout the regular season.
Love the pursuit, love the hustle. Sophia Parrott just ran out of room, and it's a 7-point advantage. Is Molly Cheeseman to serve. She has 37 aces on the year, trying to dial up one now. Spins the ball, puts the hand to it. And a smart decision. You don't have to bump set spike. You can send it over on 2.
Good court awareness, knowing how close she was to the net, being able to take it over and avoid the block as well.
Good communication. It sails in, is the call from the line judge. If you see people on the screen wearing the bright blue tops, those are the officials. There's 2 at the net and 2 line judges holding the pink flags. trying to cover every inch of this court. Hang time, hanging long into the air, tipping it at the last second and knocking it in for the point.
The attacker hung in the air. It seemed to be in slow motion. And then the block as well, once the tip came, also hung, trying to get it over. But points for the Saints.
Off the hands of the block. And Janesville's rocking and rolling here, leading by 7. And a good part of their rotation with Gracie Blaze, the libero, serving. An attack air, trying to go cross court with it. Good idea, just the execution wasn't on point.
The Saints running that double quick. You have 2 attackers coming quick at the setter at the same time. Beautiful play, but the execution, like you said, just a little wide on the swing. Followed up with a tight set to the net. Hard to work with when there's not a lot of space to push it over.
Good distribution by Janesville with their kills. Strong serving as well. Not only getting aces, but really forcing some St. Ansgar kind of on their heels a bit here. But with strong serves comes some service errors.
You gotta go for it, be aggressive. You're gonna have some errors. In my opinion, I don't mind the errors on the other side, you know, going wide or going long as much as into the net, but an error's an error, so I'm not quite sure if it really matters.
Attack error there by St. Ansgar. It's a 10-point lead. As checking into the lineup is Kiki Smith for the Wildcats. Set point here in set 1. Pollock. And that one drops in, the final score of the first set of Class 1A. Janesville pulls away and wins it 25-14. But St. Ansgar, the #1 team, they're not done. They're settling in here. We'll be back at the second set right here on Iowa PBS.
Settled before Iowa was a state, Davenport tells the tale of community, culture, and trade along the banks of the Mississippi River. A variety of architectural movements are preserved in Davenport in structures designed for civic and commercial life. Join Iowa PBS as we explore the arts and the architecture within the historic buildings of Iowa, Davenport.
Coming to Iowa PBS, December 2nd.
Ever wonder what today's workforce looks like and how to prepare the next generation? Your local public media station and American Graduate Jobs Explained are here to break it all down on the most popular social media platforms. Real people, real jobs, from trades and healthcare to hospitality, tech, and more. Explore local opportunities for a brighter and more profitable tomorrow.
I'm talking high-paying, interesting jobs just waiting for you.
American Graduate Jobs Explained. Visit jobsexplained.org to learn more.
We're Iowa PBS. We cover Iowa and the world. We're Market to Market, an Iowa Press. We're high school sports. We're science. We're adventure. We're drama and mystery. We're the arts. And we're Iowa's storyteller. We're lifelong learners. We're family first. We're educational. We're trusted. We're valued. We're essential. Your support makes all of this happen. Give today at iowapbs.org/donate.
You're watching Statewide Iowa PBS.
Local, regional, national artists take the stage to perform original sets and share their musical journeys on Studio 3 Live. Enjoy weekly performances Fridays at 8:30, online or as a podcast. It's an outstanding show. Highly recommend you check it out. All right, Beth. St. Ansgar has some work to do. They know they can beat Janesville. Why? They beat them before this year. But Janesville, they're determined.
They came out strong. The Wildcats hitting .407 as a team in set one, and they're siding out 78% of the time. That means when they give up the ball to the Saints, they're getting it back on the first next serve 78% of the time. And so that's tough to defend against.
Janesville had 14 kills. St. Ansgar just 8. As both these teams clean slate. Second set. Class 1A championship match. Eric Braley. Beth West with the call from Extreme Arena here in Coralville. First point is going to go to Janesville. Checking out will be Lauren Meany, the sophomore middle hitter. And in the rotation will be Maya Zwanziger, the sophomore. Well, the 5A champion was Waukee Northwest, winning in 3. The 4A champion today, North Scott, winning in 4. The 3A champion, Davenport Assumption, winning in 3. The 2A match, Denver, winning a thriller. Still haven't maybe collected myself from that wild one, 3-2. And now we're down to the final match here in Class 1A. Big time play by St. Ansgar here, rattling off 2 straight points.
Fault getting the kill in the front row 2 points ago. She rotates to the back, serves, then a back row attack, getting another point. So getting production from number 3 Falk for the Saints.
The senior outside hitter with 106 kills, 1.7 kills per set, but then a side out. And for Janesville, Cheeseman back to serve. Nice swing off the net. Can you describe to viewers how hard that was? It's not your typical set.
Exactly. Out of system, a little bit off the net. So as an outside hitter, you see Osgood hesitating, slowing down her approach, waiting so she can time it right, and then she speeds it up, takes a good strong swing to get the kill.
Speaking of kills, Quinn Sweeney, she leads Janesville. 279 of them, and let's take another look at that. Leads the team in kills and blocks. The windup and the swing.
Sweeney going right to her setter, who's pulled all the way to that right side. So moving with her, staying available so that she's an option. And boy, she was a good option on that one.
Go back to that option again. Nice front row play there by the Saints of St. Ansgar. 4-3. Looking on, Stephanie Beaver. Well, tell you a little bit about St. Ansgar. When I announce, I like to educate our viewers about some of these communities. After a service ace by the Saints, makes it 5-3. So St. Ansgar, it's in Mitchell County, population 1,160. It's actually named for the patron saint of Scandinavia. It's 160 miles to Coralville, about 2 hours and 32-minute drive. It's located on the far northern border of our state, north central Iowa. They have had recent success with a lot of their sports teams going to state or winning state with baseball. You have volleyball, football had a great run. And I'll tell you a fun fact, my wife's and I went on a tour of this candle factory there. It's called Milk House Candles. It's our favorite candle shop. And real nice little town there, and it's only 1,160. Highly recommend you check it out, Beth.
I like the sound of that. A candle factory tour.
They make It's like soy and beeswax, milk out scandal. So 6-5 now. St. Ansgar with the serve, and I'll tell you about Janesville in a second. Ball popped up, going to the middle. Good hang time again by Cheeseman. Oh, what great placement, the vision. I can see the confidence growing in the Saints. 30-4, they know they can play.
Point by point, they're getting more comfortable. Their focus has elevated. They're moving the ball around, picking it up on defense, wanting to get this set to victory, but it comes point by point.
The Saints back row swing, and that's pretty effective, but it didn't go down. Would have gone down during the regular season against lesser competition, but we got to keep fighting. And finally, the ball drops.
J.C. Johnson in the middle, over dig, takes care of business. Fantastic end to fire up her squad.
Quick set, and it is just a quick hitting play. It's like a quick pass, a quick handoff, and the defense just does not have time to get set up for that. Off the hands, that's the point.
Volleyball is a game of read and react. Like you said, it happens so quickly. So as a defender, as a blocker in the front, as a defender in the back, you're trying to read your opponent, get some sort of hint and clue as to where they're going to go and how best to defend them. But then you have to react. You have to move quickly and react to what you see and what happens.
Attack goes long. Janesville with the point. It's a reaction sport. Honor Hovenga, the junior outside hitter, 32 aces on the year. She has 250 digs and 153 kills. A complete player for the Wildcats. Great block. Patient, calm. Another long rally. It's going to go long, aiming for the corner.
Back and forth. We see the Saints running that faster tempo. It's a lower set to their middle. The connection there with Cruzy, but contacting a little bit behind her head, and so kind of shot putting it outside of the court. Responding well, connecting a little better on that one, getting the kill on the side out for the Saints.
Saints with the point. Macy Meyer checking in for Alexis Frine. She will have the honors to serve. Leading by 2, the Saints have led the majority of the second set. Janesville leads the match 1-0. Pop that one up. Beautiful. And the Wildcats, strong presence at the net in the front row yet again. It's not one player, it's multiple players. Exactly,
it's a team effort. And we saw some great digs in that last point. Trying to put it over, though.
Anytime they get an ace, they do a little celebration, and they had a lot of aces on the year as a total team. And that's one of their calling cards, strong serving. Tied at 10. Cue the celebration, Quinn Osgood.
Osgood sending it deep, gets a great approach, able to get a full swing. She's far enough off the net, so she was able to place it as well. Didn't have to worry as much about the block.
The block was there, maybe a little intimidating as Osgood and Cruzy, the presence, and hitting it just below the block into the net. A run by the Saints, the #1 ranked team in Class 1A. 2 contacts the call, and Janesville with the point. Well, I told you about St. Ansgar. What do you know about Janesville? They're located on the county line in Blackhawk and Bremer County. The Cedar River cuts right through it. Population 1,034 in northeast Iowa. It's about a 10-minute drive to Cedar Falls, Waterloo, about a 5-minute drive to Waverly. 92 miles from Janesville to where we are here in Extreme Arena. An hour-and-a-half drive as the Janesville School District, about 340 students in K through 12, and it's really placed in a great location. You get that small town feel, but it's about a 10-minute drive to an airport and all the big city things.
All the things you need from a day-to-day basis, shops, medical, work, whatever it might be, but absolutely that small town feel with big-time volleyball, as we talked about. Great program coming out of Janesville for a lot of years.
They represent the Iowa Star Conference, and they have been dominant in the Iowa Star North Conference. Right now, what a trick shot. Eyes in the back of her head. That's Sophia Parrott, the senior setter. Take another look. We'll slow it down for you. How does she know where the hole in the Janesville defense is?
Using her dominant right hand to tip it behind her, but keeping it high enough to avoid that block and keeping it within the court, like you mentioned. So that is very tough to do. Obviously, as a setter, she's practiced that many times. Great execution on that point before.
Powerful punch in that volleyball.
I love when JC Johnston gets a kill. She gets so excited. She's hyping up her team. She's wanting them to stay active. They are up. They want to push to finish.
St. Ansgar again has been the better team here in the second set. No doubt about it. The better team in that first set was Janesville. There's a look at the coaching staff and the sideline for the Saints. Relaxed and feeling pretty confident, forcing an attack there. And we have our first time out of the second set. It's going to be called by Janesville. Well, as they take a break, some important information to share with you. As you may have heard, Congress recently cut $3.5 million in federal funding to Iowa PBS. This is the largest one-time cut in our 55-year history, affecting 18% of our budget. These funds help maintain our statewide network, delivering trusted local programs to every corner of Iowa. Despite the challenge, we're committed to our mission to educate, inform, enrich, and inspire. Thank you for watching and supporting public media. Please consider a gift to Friends of Iowa PBS today by scanning the QR code. You see it on your screen, or call the phone number on your screen as well. It's 800-728-2828. Thank you for your support of Iowa PBS. Usually you see a timeout a little bit earlier in a match, but it was pretty even. Janesville decides, all right, a 4-point deficit, better use one now. Now it's 5 as St. Ansgar continues to grow in confidence.
Getting into the later part of set 2. A lot of people like to think of volleyball as a mini game of 5, right? Game to 5 to 10, all the way up. But now we are reaching those final stages, and the Saints really want to continue, not let Janesville get any hope, any momentum back in set 2.
Ansgar wins it again. Some incredible play. Again, distributing the ball, staying out of the net, and just mixing up the shots.
The Saints offense is rolling right now.
On the slide, that's a well-designed play as they draw it up for Lauren Meany. Her mom, a stud volleyball player at the University of Northern Iowa. Father played for the Panthers as well. And her older brother on the football team. Lauren, just a sophomore middle hitter, has a bright future. That one will go in, using every inch of the court.
Cruzy with the middle swing, going deep corner with pace, getting up in front of her setter, and Parrott again, just that connection, able to put it right in front of Cruzy so she can swing away.
Look at the hustle. Meany will get credited with the kill. Awesome pursuit of the volleyball. 2016 now. As head coach, Shelly Sorensen in her 39th year of coaching. The Saints. You see St. Ansgar again, a little bit further of a drive, but fans of all ages, 2.5-hour drive, making the trip for this state title match here. The block was right there, but off the hands and out of bounds for a point for the Wildcats as Molly Cheeseman comes in.
Good response from Janesville, running the middle. Sweeney able to stay high, using the block to her advantage. It was right there, could have been a stuff, but good job from Sweeney.
Sending it over. Taya Pollock, 850 assists, one of the top setters in Iowa. She also has 41 kills. And Janesville clawed all the way back. It was a pretty deep hole, and now it's just a 2-point deficit. Coaches believe so.
They believe, urging on their team, telling them to be active at the net, which they're doing right now. I love the net play, making sure their presence is known. And here transitioning into offense.
Pushing to the back row. Attack air. And now St. Ansgar 3 points away from evening out this series.
If you're Janesville, no harm done. Put it behind you. Get a side out. Move on.
The element of surprise in sports. She disguises it so well. She doesn't go to it often, but when she does, it's pretty successful.
The Janesville setter listed at 5'4", but getting up into the air to get that ball over the net. Great setter dump. And you're right, it definitely surprised him.
And it works the other way as well. Right in the center of the Janesville defense, in the second and final timeout called by Janesville. St. Ansgar so close to winning the second set. Let's listen inside the Janesville huddle and Shelly Sorensen.
Guys, side out. We're within, and then we serve Get tough serve in, big block, be ready, okay? One good play, you know the momentum turns right back around, okay? Be the one right here, let's go.
You have them doing what we want them to do. They're tipping at us.
Yes.
We just got to pick those up and turn them into offense,
yes.
okay? They're doing what we want. Let's turn them into offense.
Dig to kill, here we go. Side out. 1, 2, 3, catch.
So tips can turn to offense.
Being ready in your defensive base, on your toes, so you can make a move when you see that tip coming. When you're on your heels, slower to react, those tips go down. But when you're ready, when you're locked in, defensively focused, tips can be pretty easy. I'll say easy, right? With a little wink. Easy to pick up. You just got to be ready.
She's Beth West, former All-Conference Division I volleyball player, our analyst for tonight's match, providing her commentary. She knocks in the point, and that brings up set point. The St. Ansgar Saints fans are loving it. All decked out in red. A look of determination on the face. Not really celebration as Sweeney gets her 8th kill. Ball handling mistake there, and now it's a 2-point differential. Still set point though. Push to the back row. In system. The Saints, the tip. Janesville's there to cover it up. Block point win. St. Ansgar takes the second set. 25-22. They came storming back. We got a good one cooking here from Extreme Arena. Back with the 3rd set of the Class 1A championship here on Iowa PBS.
Next time on Studio 3 Live, it's XO Lex.
It's a healing, like music's a healing property, and I definitely think it heals me when I write about it.
Friday evening at 8:30 on Iowa PBS.
Coming up on the next episode of Iowa Life, we'll meet a Marine pilot who flew the final mission out of Vietnam. Celebrate the commissioning of the USS Iowa.
Officers and crew of the USS Iowa, board our boat and bring her to life.
And we'll meet the Tri-State Women Warriors. All that and more on a special Veterans Day edition of Iowa Life. Tuesdays at 6:30 and Sundays at 10:30 on Iowa PBS.
Every county in Iowa has a story worth investigating. From river valleys to rolling farmland, Find Iowa uncovers the culture, history, and science behind all 99 counties. Click, explore, and be inspired. Scan the QR code and discover the stories in all 99 counties with Find Iowa.
Such a meaningful part of Iowa PBS is the coverage of unique Iowa events, and part of that is our high schools and our kids programs, whether it's athletics or otherwise. The state fair coverage, that's such a part of the fabric of Iowa. And I think just the programming that covers things meaningful to our people in our state.
Donate today and support Iowa PBS.
Here's Gary from the Iowa Girls Union having a little fun, shooting out T-shirts with the crowd here. It's been a fun day. Always fun shooting out T-shirts there. It's one of the perks when you're involved here. Beth, St. Ansgar, They knew they could play, and boy, did they just show that.
They came storming back in set 2. It's really been a tale of 2 sets here. Janesville starting so strong, and then the Saints responding well in set 2. We've got ourselves a match all tied up.
Who's going to play the best here in the third set? As, you know, it's a game of runs, it's a game of momentums. Here are some of the highlights. 25-22 was the final score in that second set. 25-14 was the final score in the first set. And you can see just getting points from every spot on the floor, whether it's serving, back row attacks, the front row, mixing it up. The strategy that we're witnessing here, volleyball at a very high level at the Class 1A championship match. Set 3 as Janesville, first trip back to the state title match since 2018. Again, that was the year they completed the memorable 4-peat in the quarterfinals on Tuesday. Defeated Gladbrook Rhinebeck, which is very close by geographically, in 4. Couple service errors to start this third set. And then in the semifinals, they swept North Tama. How did St. Ansgar get to the championships? They swept East Mills High School 25-11, 25-16, and 25-18. And in the semifinals, they swept Dunkerton 25-13, 25-19, and 25-22. Very low attack errors, high hitting percentage. And again, these student athletes have put in so much work, not just since August in the volleyball season. It's a sport that they trained. A lot of them play club or AAU volleyball, do summer workouts, and prepare for this moment. We're in the third set as number 3, serving it up for the Saints, Ava Falk. Big stuff, big point, and a big 4-1 statement, up by 3 here in the third.
Cruzy one-on-one in the middle. We see her timing it perfectly with the front one to shut down Janesville there. I love the press over, really sealing the net.
Press, so important. Spreading those fingers, the extension, red hot. And that momentum has carried over. They packed it up and carried it over from the second set to the third. They're in this real good spot of the rotation with Ava Falk back there serving. Janesville with the side out. In the rotation here will come in Zwanziger to serve. Good placement. Enough loft on it to go over the outstretched hands of the defense, but then to have it drop quickly in the corner in play.
Quinn Sweeney hitting the corner that time. We've seen a few deep tips from her going straight down the middle, and they've gone long. So I like her adjustment, going for the corners, able to place it in, and then following it up with a big block.
Here's a look at that defensive play, and that's hard to do. Not many people have blocked Lindsay Cruzy this year. She's committed to play at Southwest Minnesota State. The 6'1" senior middle hitter, conference player of the year. She set multiple school records. #1 on the team in blocks, #1 on the team in kills. Not only statistically, but she has a .545, a .545 kill percentage. That's like in baseball or softball, your batting average being .545.
On the entire season.
Not
just for one match or maybe a few matches, but the entire season, over 30 matches, hitting over 500. So impressive.
6-5 as defensive specialist and talented server. You can tell she works on her craft, Molly Cheeseman. She about gets an ace or a near ace every time she serves it over the net. But it results in a Saints point. They stuck with it. Rattles around. 7-5.
Had to take it over on a free ball on the first initial contact. Then, like you said, had patience, regrouped, and put it away.
Attack air by Hayden Anderson. Now you have decisions as a server of where you can stand to serve the volleyball. And that was the right decision. Sophia Parrott was going to serve it kind of right in front of her bench, and then she walked over further to the other side and then dials up an ace.
Depending on what zone she was given from her coach and just her serving comfort level on going, cross court, going straight on, lots of different ways to slice and dice it.
She leads the team in aces. Here's Anderson, the junior. Attack air.
Osgood trying to go down the line, cleared the block, got it through, but a little too much mustard on it.
And into the net. St. Ansgar first to double digits here in this pivotal third set. If you're just joining us, a pretty dominant first set for Janesville, winning 25-14. A strong performance by St. Ansgar, almost leading wire to wire in the second set, winning 25-22. And now St. Ansgar looking like the better team so far here in the third, up 11-7. That quick handoff was effective. Good long rally, but it's going to end with an aggressive ball being sent too deep. Here's the libero, Gracie Blaze. And just missed contact. That happens sometimes.
Out of system ball. That second ball got sent so high. Trying to send the free ball over. Now two in a row, unfortunately, for the Saints, where the free ball, the pass that they're sending over, did not go where they wanted to. And an ace serve to follow that up for Janesville. They are right back in this.
Made quick work of erasing that deficit. 27 aces for Blaze on the year. Attack air, and the Saints get it back. But arguably, the best part of that is back into the rotation is Lindsay Cruzy, the senior middle hitter, to the front row, Conference Player of the Year. She makes her presence known at the net defensively. Back row swing. They're going to say in the net are the Wildcats. And that'll make it 13-10.
So tough to end on that. That was a great rally back and forth. The defensive effort to keep it alive, phenomenal.
Call was a foot, just went underneath the net. As Coach Shelly Sorensen popped up and just said, can you explain what happened exactly?
Good to clarify. We thought maybe it was in the net, but foot under the net. Different call completely. Wanting to stay clear under the net from a safety perspective.
That's exactly
absolutely
what it is. 2-point game here in the third. All-out effort, but ideal location of sending that ball over. A look at the head coach, Stephanie Beaver, only her second season as a head coach. And she's setting the bar pretty high. 57-11, her coaching record. Hovanga. You have a feeling that as long as it just stays tight, then it's just going to be who can make that little run, that little push in the last couple minutes, last couple points is going to have the advantage heading into that fourth set. So equally balanced between these two schools tonight.
Janesville mixing up their offense, that time bringing the outside hitter a little bit in. Anderson not running all the way to the left pin, bringing her in. She still hit the sharp cross, but just wide.
The defense was there. The swing into the net by Kiki Smith. A 4-point advantage for St. Ansgar, the #1 team in Class 1A, leads by 4 as Janesville calls timeout. Let's go inside the St. Ansgar huddle and listen in.
All right, we're going to keep on the rotational. Where's Ava? And Quinn. I need Ava too. We're going to keep on that rotational defense right now because they're trying to go line on a lot of things, okay? So zone 6, make sure that you're covering that. I want you to get that deep ball so Macy doesn't have to stick her hands up on it, okay? I think we'll get a cleaner pass out of it. Otherwise, we need to keep reading, moving our feet, getting those passes there. It's opening things up, okay? Everyone knows what to do. You guys know your job. All right, let's go! Saints! I love when her competitiveness really shines.
We appreciate the coaches and Stephanie Beaver letting us put the microphone on her so we can bring you, the viewers, the sights, the sounds, and a little special listen in to what's being talked about strategy-wise and lifting them up mentally and emotionally.
Inside direction from the coach. Coach Beaver to her saying, hey, let's keep that rotational defense, meaning bring up that right back, right behind the block, and then move that middle back down the line. They said they're hitting the line a lot. See if they can execute it here.
She says everyone knows their responsibility, right? They've played a long season, and they've had a lot of success.
Entrusting her players to go out on the court and get it done. You know what to do. You know your role. You know your position.
She's not micromanaging this thing. Perfect. Little roll shot, dropping it in. Look at the placement of this ball.
Disguising it, knowing that she could hit deep, but roll shot again to the middle, wide open as the defenders are around the perimeter of the court.
Tip will drop in. A little teardrop up and over. Finds the pink floor.
Pink floor, pink hair ties, pink in the hair. There's so much pink all around. Variations, though. There's different shades of pink, which I appreciate. I like the variety.
St. Ansgar, 21 match win streak. Their last loss, September 13th against Humboldt. He played for the Class 3A title earlier today. Undefeated champs of the top of Iowa Conference East, capturing their first outright conference volleyball championship in 20 years. A historic season.
Another miscue on the free ball, but the Saints have built a good margin here, 4 points. Can't get comfortable though, need to stay focused. Would love a first swing side out, especially because Cheeseman is such a good server.
On point, she does it again. Molly Cheeseman, you have different specialists, and hers is behind the service line. St. Ansgar does not want her to stay back there. They get a quick side out, making it 19-15. Rotate. And Sophia Parrott, the setter, will serve. She does lead St. Ansgar in aces, but that one goes into the net. Oh, it's tight. 3-point differential as we head on down the home stretch here in the third set of the Class 1A championship match. That was beautiful from the pass to the set to the attack.
Great pass, setting up all sorts of options. Chose to go behind J.C. Johnston, running a slide approach behind on that right side, and then putting it away. Love it.
Nice placement, going around the block, cutting it. Hovenga. She has 5 kills and 8 digs. If this thing goes 5, she might have herself a double-double. The Saints were ready for that setter attack. Trying to guard that back corner, but Anderson couldn't get there.
Pushing it deep, right in the corner. Anderson laid out, full dive to get it up. Unfortunately couldn't, just all out effort.
Second and final timeout called by Janesville as they trail by 4. This will give us a great opportunity to give you some things to mark on your calendar. Upcoming high school sports that you can find where else but only on Iowa PBS. We have football November 20th and 21st. Girls wrestling February 6th. Boys wrestling February 21st. Girls basketball in Des Moines March 6th and 7th. And boys basketball March 13th. It's an exciting time for Iowa PBS, bringing you the boys state championships. Been doing the girls championships, high school finals for quite a long time. Beth West and Eric Braley, we love being part of the volleyball championships. Have to give a huge shout out. We had a 15-minute break to get a quick bite of eat. And I'm not just talking me and you. We're talking the camera operators, the director, the producer, the graphics, the audio, everyone. They've been here since probably 7 a.m. doing all these broadcasts. It is a long day, but it's fun, it's rewarding, and they do it for you, the viewer, so you can enjoy this championship Thursday from Coralville, Iowa and Extreme Arena. Good location. Parrott kind of one-armed, couldn't bring it back into play.
Janesville needed that side out, now within 3. It was a hard-earned side out as well. Great swing on the outside from Hovenga.
Won't drop down. They won't let the ball hit the court. Again. Gut check time. And finally, Lauren Meany says enough's enough. as she dials in a kill.
Did the Wildcats have to work hard for that point? The defense from the Saints, they're just throwing up arms left and right, getting a touch, but Meany with the kill out of the middle. Way to terminate.
Not going to allow Janesville to put a run together. One and done as Macy Meyer, the senior DS, checks in, and there's nothing more that she wants to do than to serve out here and take this third set. (23-19). The Saints applying pressure. And a substitution as you look at the replay here.
Running the double quick again in front for the Saints. They pass up on setting the close front one and go more to that 3 zone over top, putting it away.
Elliott Reed checks in, the junior middle hitter for Janesville. Denied at the net. A 5-point lead for St. Ansgar. The #1 Saints need one more point. 24-19. The Saints, after dropping the first one 25-14, have stormed back to win set 2 and set 3. They are 1 set away from claiming the Class 1A state title. Janesville going to do everything in their power to win this 4th set. Back with the 4th set right after this here on Iowa PBS.
Settled before Iowa was a state, Davenport tells the tale of community, culture, and trade along the banks of the Mississippi River. A variety of architectural movements are preserved in Davenport in structures designed for civic and commercial life. Join Iowa PBS as we explore the arts and the architecture within the historic buildings of Iowa, Davenport.
Coming to Iowa PBS, December 2nd.
Ever wonder what today's workforce looks like and how to prepare the next generation? Your local public media station and American Graduate Jobs Explained are here to break it all down on the most popular social media platforms. Real people, real jobs, from trades and healthcare to hospitality, tech, and more. Explore local opportunities for a brighter and more profitable tomorrow.
I'm talking high-paying, interesting jobs just waiting for you.
American Graduate Jobs Explained. Visit jobsexplained.org to learn more.
We're Iowa PBS. We cover Iowa and the world. We're market to market, an Iowa press. We're high school sports. We're science. We're adventure. We're drama and mystery. We're the arts. And we're Iowa's storyteller. We're lifelong learners. We're family first. We're educational. We're trusted. We're valued. We're essential. Your support makes all of this happen. Give today at iowapbs.org/donate.
You're watching Statewide Iowa PBS.
Rising from the ashes for a second consecutive season, it's college wrestling. The heart of the mat beats in the great state of Iowa. Catch the grit, the glory, and the champions of tomorrow. Featuring the Hawkeye women, the Cyclone men, NAIA Division 2 and 3, as well as some doubleheaders. That's fun when the mascot takes the camera. Join us as college wrestling coverage returns again this December on Iowa PBS. Live look inside Extreme Arena. It's been a a full week. Quarterfinals, semifinals, championship Thursday. And now it's down to this, St. Ansgar. If they can win this, they are your 1A champions. Janesville needs to win to force a fifth and decisive set. These might be the small schools, but it's not small in community and pride and school spirit.
Exactly. Smaller in population, but full support, full energy, all-out commitment to their schools, and just so proud of what they have accomplished throughout this year, but still battling. They want that title tonight.
Battle, battle, battle. Sacrificing their bodies, flying all over the court. Working so hard for each and every point. It means so much. It's magnified here in this fourth set. St. Ansgar gets it, and here's the interesting stat. Only one player out of everyone here, as you see fans of all ages, only one player has double-digit kills. That's evenly distribution.
The offense has been spread around. They are spreading the love. These setters doing a good job. Quinn Sweeney for Janesville with 10 kills, but so many that are close by on both teams. We got 9 from both middle hitters for the Saints. He with 8, 7 kills. So that distribution is important. When you can have a balanced offense, make your opponent work hard to move their block around, because you don't know who's going to get the set, where they're going to get the set. You got to be ready to defend.
Wildcats off the hands, and it's now 2-1. Janesville came out red hot, hit 407 in the first set, 200 in the second, but only .056 in the third. And for St. Ansgar, the opposite. Came out almost shell-shocked a little bit. Pretty flat, .071 attack percentage in the first, then 289 in the second, 250 in the third. Let's take another look at that last play as Janesville now on a run up 3-1.
Anderson sending it over the tip in the middle. The defense crashes, but unable to get it up. And I feel like as we've gone throughout this match, the length of the rallies on average
I've noticed that
has gotten so much longer. The defensive effort has turned up. There were some pretty short points in set 1 when Janesville won so easily. But now both teams locked in, and it's taken a while just to earn 1 point.
Yeah, that's a good analysis, as that first set did go by pretty quickly. It was bump set spike, and the ball was hitting the court early and often, and a lot of service errors. And now it's, you set the stopwatch, and it's going to be at least 45 seconds before one of these teams is awarded a point here. Into the net, no, off the block, and it's going to be a point to the Wildcats. It went off the hands, last touched, and point for the Wildcats. Now 5-2. And again, this is Cheeseman serving. It goes out of bounds to attack air. And I just think if you're tracking when Janesville scores their runs, this rotation is really their bread and butter.
A fantastic server in Cheeseman, but then a really strong front line with Sweeney in the middle, Anderson on the left, and then you've got your front row setter as well.
They're going to get another point out of it. And there it is. They just can't, St. Ansgar just cannot find a way to get a side out and a point. 7-2. Big smiles for the Wildcats. They need to win this fourth, and they're in the driver's seat right now. Long way from the finish.
They are re-energized. We saw it in set 1 and then so close in both sets 2 and 3. But now a new revival here in set 4 for Janesville.
Well, we talked about all the sports happening with Iowa PBS. Here's a look at the college wrestling and Iowa PBS. Grandview versus Iowa starting December 11th. And then you have the men's and women's doubleheader happening on January 15th, January 21st, January 25th, and wrapping it up Luther at Central February 3rd. Mix in all the boys and girls high school championships as well. If you're wondering where sports are in the state of Iowa, make sure you check out Iowa PBS. Download the app as well. Follow on their social media channels. Beth West and Eric Braley on the call. We've been here since the 3A championship match when Davenport Assumption won. We called the Wild victory for Denver in 2A. And right now, it's the battle here in Class 1A between Janesville and St. Ansgar. Calling a timeout, and how in the world the Stephanie Beavers team respond? They get the very next point.
She calmed them down. They got a great pass, a little bit of play at the net, but then Cruzy able to put it away out of the middle.
Couple players run into each other. That happens. I mean, you're kind of shoulder to shoulder and whose ball. But that's why if you're attacking, you want to kind of put it between players where split-second decisions need to be made.
Make your opponent communicate. You got to talk early. You got to talk often in volleyball. And when you're in the state championship, you also have to be loud because it's wild in here.
8-4. Here is that shot again, knowing that St. Ansgar might send it over with the tip, just waiting on it.
When you have a front row setter who has the capability to take it over, good job from Sweeney to be ready for it. But the Saints responding again very well, siding out, trying to chip away point by point to get back into this. Still so early here in set 4.
Point for Janesville. The call was, did it touch hands or did it just hit that tape at the top of the net? If it just touches the tape, then it's out off Janesville and it's St. Ansgar point. The call was it touched the hands of the block and it's Janesville point. Tough serve again. Got to send it over. They do successfully. Levenga into the net. And here come the Saints marching back, trailing by just 3. And a chance to serve for Quinn Osgood. She has 171 kills, a 2.19 kills per set, 170 digs, and a 204 kill efficiency. She's very good behind the service line.
Janesville wanting to calm down a little bit, a few hitting errors. Take a smart swing. Keep it in play. Respond with defense.
The block is there. The point to the Wildcats. Janesville first to double digits, 33-11 record for Janesville. St. Ansgar, the #1 ranked team, 30-4. Janesville returns to Coralville, 3rd straight year, 7th time in school history.
Blocking error on the Wildcats. You get big eyes when you're up there ready to block. You know it's coming to your area. not wanting to swing or bat your arms when you're blocking, but holding them steady, holding them strong, and again, staying out of that net. It can be tough. Takes practice and good movement.
Nice heads-up play, staying away, and the Saints now just 1 point away. But a service error. Again, we're so early into this fourth set, but so much weighing on it here in this Class 1A matchup. Is number one. This is Honor Ovanga, an outstanding all-around player. Options for the Wildcats. And mistiming on that swing. And the Saints will rotate in.
Her approach taking her a little bit inside. The set was a little farther out, trying to adjust and stretch and bend. But when you're having to reach behind your head, that connection and that timing makes it very difficult to get a swing on the outside.
Off the block again for the point. The Saints, and staying back there to serve, will be Maisie Meyer. As we see the block, and it will bounce right at the camera, right into your living room.
The strength from Parrott on that set. She was going backwards and pushed it all the way out to the left pin.
Wildcats in the black and gold. St. Ansgar in the red uniforms with white numbers and lettering. St. Ansgar leading 2 sets to 1. Coming together, pulling together, and now a timeout is called. 12-11 the score. Let's listen in to the Janesville Wildcat huddle.
Take a deep breath, okay? We got to come back and get this and go 5. That's the plan. You got to be ready to go 1 point at a time, okay? Don't worry about what's happened in the past. Think about what you're going to do to help turn this around right here. It's going to take some good plays. Yes, they're tough. We got to be tougher. Are you ready? Yes. Come on, let's go. First touch. I need big block. Deep breath. Deep breath. Here we go. Yeah. Cats on 3. 1, 2, 3. We're still in it. Let's go.
What do you like about her coaching style? There's all different types of coaching style. What do you like about hers?
Great strategy there, telling them 1 point at a time. The motivation and the push there, just igniting a little fire. She's saying, hey, we're going to go 5, but it starts right now. You got to do it point by point here in the fourth to get there. Play together. It's got to be a team effort.
You say it, they listen, they respond.
Amazing response. Kiki Smith, lefty on that right side. Senior putting together a forceful swing. Say, hey, coach, what about this?
She just unleashed on that ball. 6 kills for Kiki Smith here. Tough play. You have to be so athletic. And Sophia Parrott is just that, the senior setter. How do you stay out of the net? How do you know where the ball and defenders are? She doesn't have a lot of options. Point, knocks it over for the point. Saints again. And serving is Ava Falk, the 5'8" senior outside hitter. 15 aces on the year. Part of the 100-100 club, 106 kills, 118 digs. Under the net is the call. Again, that's a safety precaution You don't want a foot under the net and another player's foot stepping on, rolling an ankle, having a season-ending serious injury. And we have the best officials in the state officiating these 5 state championships here today in Coralville. St. Ansgar, 16-12, leading by 4. If they win this 4th set, they are your Class 1A champion.
Osgood on that outside there, just flying in with her approach. Seemed to sail from behind the 10-foot line to really get a wind-up on her swing.
Working the middles, and that's a good decision. Highly efficient, highly effective. Quinn Sweeney, folks, she is a freshman. 279 kills, leads the team in kills and blocks.
Great swing, turning back to her left, and Janesville staying patient, right? They swung on the first one. Saints got it over barely, and then they stayed at it. Same thing here, but a scramble play at the net. You have to train when that ball is so tight to the net to stay clean and get it out so you can send it over.
When you do drills like that, playing it out of the net, coming right into your living room or wherever you're watching, hot pursuit after the volleyball. Love the hustle, the tenacity and the effort out of these girls here. St. Ansgar, they are hitting on all cylinders. Again, a 21-match win streak. Last loss September 13th. It's their 3rd straight trip to state. They've never won a state title in the sport of volleyball, and they can feel it.
They've got the excitement. They've got the energy. The crowd is rocking in red. They are rolling here, trying to finish.
Let's see what Coach Stephanie Beaver is saying in her 2nd year coaching.
We're up by 5. Let's keep our lead, all right? They're not going to give up very easy, okay? This is state championships, okay? So we got to keep the pressure on. Now, that being said, when we're getting into some scramble plays, Sophia, when we're getting in some scramble plays, throw some to our quicks, okay? Run some tempo when we get into scramble plays, all right? So that they're a little bit off kilter, okay? Outsides, they're still bailing hard with their middles, okay? Hit the seam or hit the cross shot, all right? I mean, line's open too. Okay, let's go!
You like what Coach has to say? Leading by 5, pushing for the finish.
Said keep that lead in scramble plays, still push the middle. I like that, saying, hey, let's still be aggressive, even in the scramble off-kilter plays. Let's still push the middle. It'll catch them off guard. And then talking about how her outside hitters will likely see some holes in the block.
Out of a timeout. Janesville responds with the point. Down, but definitely not out. Janesville, 14th state tournament appearance, looking for their 6th state title in Class 1A. Return a number of starters off last year's semifinal team, but they also graduated some talented players as well. Some work to do as they've dug a hole here, but definitely manageable. That ball's not returnable. And the Saints extend their lead to 5. 19-14 as number 19, Alexis Frine, checks in, the senior right side hitter.
Good communication from Osgood on the Saints side. As an off blocker, she picked up the dig, and then she had to communicate that, hey, bring that set inside because I can't transition all the way out.
A free point, aggressive serving, as the Wildcats let it sail by deep and out of bounds. And now the libero serving for Janesville. Another attack there, 2 in a row now, and it's a 3-point difference. And the St. Ansgar Saints student section just took it to another decibel level trying to help their student athletes finish the job here. Another point. 19-17. The Wildcats have faced tough competition in 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and 5A all year. Battle tested. And the Saints needed that one.
They needed that side out, running the middle in the 3 zone, making the block move, but contacting high here, pushing it through between the 2 defenders. Janesville not able to pick it up.
Backing it up with a service ace. What a play! Quinn Osgood, the junior. Janesville going to the middles. That ball usually is down for a kill, but the back row, scrappy defense for the Saints has been solid. Good pass, options, and the result is a kill and a point. Meany again. Lauren Meany, just a sophomore. So 2 of the top players, Lauren Meany and Quinn Sweeney, freshman, sophomore. The future is bright for Janesville. Gonna run out of room there. 22-18. A 4-point lead and needing just 3 more. The Saints insert Lindsay Cruzy into the lineup. She'll play college volleyball next year. Conference Player of the Year, who set multiple school records. He's had a great performance here in this championship match. And it's now 23-18.
Cruzy and Fryan with the block on the right side, shutting down that left side pin hitter of the Wildcats. Such momentum. So loud in the arena as we near 25 points.
Smart decision to go with placement over power. Kiki Smith, the 5'8" red shirt, with the 5'8" right side senior. Over 160 kills. That was a huge one. The Saints bring up match point. They need 1 more point. The #1 ranked team to win their first ever state title in the sport of volleyball. Janesville working to fight it off. There's one. 24-20. Into the lineup, Maya Schwanziger, and she will serve for Janesville. Match point. Near side swing, and it's down for a kill for the first time ever. St. Ansgar has won a high school state volleyball championship. So much emotion on both sides of the net as the high school volleyball season is officially over. Congratulations to Janesville on a tremendous year. Nothing to hang your heads on over in St. Ansgar. What a performance. They did not look good in that first set, and they flipped it and just completely turned this thing around and got the job done.
A hard-fought battle, all 4 sets. But you're right, the ability to respond and flip the script, losing set 1 and then battling 2, 3, 4, winning in 4 here. What a fun celebration for first-time state champs.
Presenting awards are members of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Board of Directors. Presenting awards to the 2025 Class 1A All-Tournament team is Executive Director Aaron Gerlich and Board Member Ron Fodness. Here is your Class 1A All-Tournament team for 2025. From St. Ansgar, JC Johnston. From Janesville, Quinn Sweeney. From Dunkerton, Taylor Kipp. From Janesville, Hayden Anderson. From St. Ansgar, Lindsay Cruzy. From Janesville, Taya Pollock. And your 2025 Class 1A All-Tournament Team Captain. From St. Ansgar, Sophia Parrott.
All-Tournament team and the setter and everyone who was named to that team from multiple schools represented, individual honors. It's a team sport, Beth, but always nice to recognize individual accomplishments as well.
Such talented student athletes on your screen right now. And congratulations to Sophia Parrott, the captain, the setter, the quarterback for the Saints.
We'll hand out the state runner-up and state championship trophy, as well as 2 more individual honors.
Would like to present the top producer award for the 1A championship match. Presenting the award is Taylor Anderson of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. This year's top producer of the 1A championship match, from St. Ansgar, Ava Falk.
Double-double, a double-double for the senior outside hitter. 13 kills and 12 digs in her final high school volleyball match. What an ending. That's called a cherry on top.
Now for our team awards. Introducing your Class 1A runner-up, the Janesville Wildcats and head coach Shelley Sorensen. Congratulations on a fine season. And after a long season, their ticket was punched to get here. Tonight, they get to redeem that as your Class 1A champions, Coach Stephanie Beaver and the Saints of St. Ansgar. We'd like to recognize today's Quick Star of the game. Congratulations to this young lady on an outstanding performance throughout the championship match. It's time to complete the Class 1A bracket. Sophia Parrott, you are our Quick Star of the game.
It's official. St. Ansgar is your 1A champion. We've handed out all 5 trophies. What a day. From 10 a.m. to, I don't even know what time it is, 9:20 tonight. We hope you enjoyed all of the fun. Huge shout out to our production crew. This has been a production of Iowa PBS Sports right here on Iowa PBS. Good night, everyone.
Funding provided by Fareway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fareway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fairway.com. And by
Musco Lighting is honored to support Iowa PBS. We're an Iowa company that lights local schools, community fields, and stadiums, arenas, and venues in more than 125 countries. While our reach is global, our commitment is local.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.